That bottle of vegetable oil sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now. It is legally allowed to contain soybean oil, corn oil, and cottonseed oil, all at the same time. And the company that made it can change the exact blend tomorrow without ever updating the label. The FDA allows this. It is completely legal, and it is happening at scale across the most trusted names in your grocery store. Americans spend over $4 billion every single year on cooking oils. $4 billion. And the majority of that money goes toward a product that was extracted using a petroleum-based chemical solvent, bleached with industrial clay and deodorized at temperatures exceeding 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Until every trace of natural smell, color, and nutritional character was stripped away. What you are left with is a clear, odorless liquid in a bottle that says 100% pure. Pure what exactly? They would rather not say. And here is the part that should make you genuinely angry. These companies know exactly what they are doing. The and/or formula is not an accident of labeling bureaucracy. It was lobbied for. It gives manufacturers the legal freedom to buy whatever seed oil is cheapest on any given week and bottle it under a name that sounds clean and simple. Vegetable oil. As if it came from a garden. As if someone pressed it with care. The reality is a factory floor, a tank of petroleum solvent, and a marketing department that spent more on the bottle design than on the quality of what is inside it. I spent 3 weeks auditing every major oil brand on the shelf to find the truth, and the results were not what I expected. Today, we are naming 5 brands you should remove from your kitchen immediately, and 5 that are actually clean. Stay until the end, because the value pick on this list costs less than most of the garbage we are about to expose. To understand why this industry looks the way it does, you need to understand what it actually takes to make vegetable oil, and what shortcuts save the most money. The traditional method is mechanical pressing. You take seeds or fruit, apply intense physical pressure, and the oil flows out. It is slow, it yields less, and it costs more per bottle. This is what cold-pressed and expeller-pressed mean on a label. It is the honest method. It has been used for thousands of years, and the food industry has spent the last century systematically replacing it with something cheaper. The industrial method is different. Manufacturers take crushed seed material and flood it with hexane, a chemical derived from crude oil refining, the same family as gasoline components. Hexane dissolves the oil out of the seed material at a molecular level, extracting far more oil per ton of raw material than any press could achieve. The hexane is then boiled off, most of it anyway. The FDA does not require any disclosure of this process on the label, and it does not require testing for hexane residue levels in finished consumer products. The word pure remains completely legal, but the process does not stop at hexane extraction. The raw extracted oil is dark, cloudy, and foul-smelling. So it gets degummed with phosphoric acid, bleached with activated clay, and then deodorized, heated with steam at temperatures above 400 degrees Fahrenheit. That deodorization step is where something sinister happens. At those temperatures, the chemical structure of the oil degrades. It creates compounds called aldehydes, the same class of chemicals found in tobacco smoke. They are present in trace amounts, below the level that requires disclosure. Technically legal. Then, to keep the product shelf-stable for 2 or more years, manufacturers add TBHQ, tertiary butyl hydroquinone, a petroleum-derived synthetic antioxidant. The European Union restricts it. The FDA permits it at concentrations of up to 0.02% of the total fat content. And here is the part the label will never tell you. TBHQ was not added because it makes the oil better. It was added because the refining process destroyed the oil's natural stability. The preservative exists to compensate for damage that the manufacturer caused. That is the math reality of this industry. Real oil is expensive to produce. Industrial oil is cheap to manufacture. And the label is engineered to make you believe you are buying the same thing. The skip list. Brand 1. Crisco Pure Vegetable Oil. Flip the bottle. The ingredient list reads soybean and slash or canola oil, TBHQ, and citric acid added to protect flavor, dimethyl polysiloxane added as an anti-foaming agent. That and slash or right at the top is doing a lot of legal work. It means the formula changes based on commodity pricing. When soybean is cheap, it is soybean. When canola is cheaper, it switches. You as a consumer have no way of knowing what is actually in any given bottle. TBHQ is listed third, a petroleum derivative, right there in plain sight. And dimethyl polysiloxane. That is a silicone-based compound used in caulking and breast implants, also used here to prevent foaming during deep frying. Crisco is the brand that literally invented and popularized hydrogenated vegetable shortening in the early 1900s, a product we now know generated industrial trans fats. The refining did not stop, only the marketing did. Brand 2. Wesson Vegetable Oil. Wesson's label says 100% natural. The ingredient? Soybean oil. Hexane extracted, fully refined, bleached, deodorized. The word natural has no legal FDA definition when applied to processing methods. It describes nothing. It is a feeling the marketing team wanted you to have, not a standard anyone is held to. The deodorization step runs at over 400 degrees. The oil you pour into your pan is the result of industrial chemistry, and the label calls it natural. Wesson's marketing has historically pushed the idea of a clean, light cooking oil. The ingredient list tells a different story. Light in color, yes. Light in natural character, absolutely. That lightness was manufactured in an industrial refinery. Brand 3. Great Value Vegetable Oil. This is Walmart's private label entry. Ingredient: soybean and/or canola oil. No non-GMO certification. No cold press disclosure. No process transparency of any kind. It is designed and priced to be bought without scrutiny by families on tight budgets who trust that vegetable means something wholesome. It does not. It means industrially refined commodity seed oil, and at this price point, there are zero quality safeguards in the supply chain. The low price is not a deal. It is the cost of cutting every corner that exists. Brand 4. Mazola Corn Oil. Mazola ran an aggressive marketing campaign in recent years, promoting its corn oil as heart-healthy, citing phytosterol content. What the campaign did not highlight: corn oil has one of the highest omega-6 to omega-3 ratios of any cooking oil, frequently over 40:1. Western diets are already heavily skewed toward omega-6. Researchers have linked chronically elevated omega-6 intake to systemic inflammation. Yet the campaign was framed as a cardiovascular benefit story. It was largely funded by the Corn Refiners Association, which has a direct financial stake in repositioning corn oil as a health product. The ingredient list also includes TBHQ in several formulations. The phytosterol content does not undo the industrial extraction process, the preservative load, or the oxidation risk at cooking temperatures. This is marketing dressed up as nutrition science. Brand 5. Kirkland Signature. Vegetable oil. Costco commands enormous consumer trust. Its house brand vegetable oil exploits that trust. Ingredient: soybean and / or canola oil. No non-GMO verification. No sourcing transparency. No process certification. Sold in jugs so large that a single purchase represents months of daily exposure to hexane-refined seed oil. The value proposition here is volume at low cost, which is exactly the calculation industrial oil manufacturers want you to make. Costco does an exceptional job in many categories. This is not one of them. The size of the jug is not a sign of value. It is a sign of how normalized mass consumption of this product has become. Before we get to the clean brands, here is a 4-step audit you can perform on any oil bottle in your kitchen right now. No lab required. Step 1. Read the first ingredient. If it says soybean and / or canola and / or corn oil, that and / or construction is a legal tell. The formula has no fixed composition. You are buying a commodity blend with a rotating cast of ingredients. Step 2. Scan for TBHQ, BHA, or BHT. These 3 preservatives are petroleum-derived and signal industrial refining. A clean oil does not need them because it was not deodorized into a nutritionally inert product that requires artificial stabilization to survive on a shelf for 2 years. Step 3. Look for the process claim. A legitimate clean oil will say cold-pressed or expeller-pressed on the label. The words pure, natural, and 100% have no legal definition tied to processing. They are marketing language, not quality standards. If those are the only descriptors on the bottle, treat them as red flags, not reassurances. Step 4. Open the bottle and smell it. Industrial vegetable oil is odorless. That odorlessness is engineered. It is the result of deodorization, which stripped away the natural character of the original seed. A genuinely cold-pressed oil will have a faint aroma of its source. Avocado oil should smell faintly buttery. Walnut oil should carry a mild nuttiness. If your vegetable oil smells like absolutely nothing, that absence is the evidence. You are holding the result of a refinery, not a farm. The real list. Brand 1. Chosen Foods. Avocado oil cold pressed. Non-GMO verified. No TBHQ. No synthetic preservatives. Chosen Foods was founded in 2011 with the specific goal of bringing avocado oil to mainstream retail at an accessible price. The oil is made from Hass avocados grown in Mexico, pressed without chemical solvents, and bottled without artificial additives. Its naturally high smoke point, around 500 degrees Fahrenheit, makes it genuinely versatile for high-heat cooking, and it achieves that without any industrial chemistry. This is what pure should actually mean. Brand 2. La Tourangelle. Expeller pressed oils. This French brand has been producing oil in the traditional manner since 1866. Expeller pressed means mechanical pressure only. 0 hexane, 0 solvents, 0 industrial deodorization. La Tourangelle offers walnut, sunflower, grapeseed, and avocado varieties, and every single one carries the same commitment to process transparency. It is the clearest proof that artisan processing can exist at grocery store price points. The heritage is real, the process is documented, and the label shows you exactly what is inside. Brand 3. Bragg Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil. USDA certified organic, cold pressed, single origin. Bragg meets the California Olive Oil Council's purity standards, which are significantly stricter than the FDA minimum. This matters because olive oil is one of the most adulterated products in the entire food supply, frequently blended with cheaper refined oils and still sold under an extra virgin label at premium prices. Bragg is one of the few mainstream brands that consistently passes independent third-party purity testing. When the label says extra virgin, it actually means it. Brand 4, Nutiva Organic Coconut Oil Cold Pressed. USDA certified organic, non-GMO, no bleaching, no deodorization, no hexane. Nutiva sources from small-scale Philippine farms under fair trade agreements and has maintained its no-solvent standards since 1999. It is the value play on this list, widely available, competitively priced, and meeting every process standard that the industrial brands refuse to bother with. The founder built this company on the belief that organic, minimally processed fats should be accessible to everyone. That belief is still reflected in the price. Brand 5, Primal Kitchen Avocado Oil. Non-GMO project verified. Expeller pressed. No TBHQ, no BHA. No artificial stabilizers of any kind. Primal Kitchen was acquired by Kraft Heinz in 2019. And yes, that raised eyebrows. A clean brand absorbed by one of the largest processed food conglomerates in the world. But Primal Kitchen has operated as an independent brand and has maintained its clean formulation without compromise since the acquisition. It is one of the most accessible clean avocado oils in mainstream grocery retail, and it proves that scrutiny works. When consumers demand clean labels loudly enough, even large parent companies have to listen. The 5 brands we just named as clean are not exotic specialty products you can only order online. They are in Target, Whole Foods, Costco's natural aisle, and Amazon. The price difference between a 1-liter bottle of Chosen Foods avocado oil and a 1-liter bottle of Crisco vegetable oil is roughly $2 to $3. $2 to $3 is what separates a cold-pressed, non-GMO, additive-free product from a petroleum solvent-extracted, TBHQ preserved commodity blend. That is not a luxury gap. That is a deliberate pricing strategy designed to make you feel like quality is out of reach, when it is not. The next time you stand in the cooking oil aisle, flip the bottle. Read the first ingredient. Look for the and/or. Check for TBHQ. Look for the words cold pressed or expeller pressed. It takes 30 seconds. And it is 30 seconds the industry has been hoping you would never take. Your health is not a commodity for these corporations to optimize. The industry bet that you would never flip the bottle, that you would trust the word pure, that you would never ask what and/or actually means in an ingredient list. They were right about most people, but not you, not anymore. The food industry will not tell you this, so we will. Subscribe for more investigations and share this with someone who still has a bottle of Crisco in their cabinet.